you, like me, are not on an MDI team, you're probably not pulling that much trash with your Pridefuls or pulling Pridefuls into bosses. And especially if you're just now getting into doing plus 10s or you're just trying to complete weekly 15s with pugs, for your vault reward, it's very likely that you don't necessarily entirely trust your healer to heal you through Pride. So one of the easiest ways to avoid wiping to Prideful is to ensure that nobody gets hit by the belligerent boasts and gets themselves stunned and taking a bunch of extra damage. So today in the MDI, in the Cup 1, we saw a lot of teams using the strategy, but one of the teams in particular that I noticed doing it was Does Gargoyle Stream. And I noticed it on Mode stream that they do this quite a lot in live keys. And currently you can see both teams are about to be setting up for this. And it's a very simple positioning strategy that abuses the fact that the belligerent boasts always go in the same 4 directions. So basically what ends up happening is both teams are now, for the most part, Yoda's off on his own, positioned in a straight line along the Pride, right? You see the 4 players here. You see all 5 players here are positioned in a straight line with the manifestation of Pride, obviously on the tank. And essentially what this lets you do is if your tank's here, your melee, the Windwalker in this case, the Mage, Hunter, Priest, are all in a line like this, assuming that, the cardinal directions are correct. So, north, south, east, west, right? In these 4 directions, the boasts are always going to go off in these directions, right? So by forming a line in a diagonal across this, it means that the belligerent boasts will never go off will never hit one of your allies, and no one ever has to move from this positioning. As well as if you take this position somewhat closer and you move these 3 in the back here all into this same position here, and you just have 2 spots, it's very easy for anyone who gets the boast in the DPS and healer stack to simply step out here and hit no one with the belligerent boast as it goes out this way. And by being in a more tightly stacked position like this, things like AMZ, things like barrier, things like healing rain, spirit link totem can hit the entire group here and makes healing through Prideful much less stressful on your healer. So make sure that if you have the possibility, if you're in a situation like the teams ended up in here where you have no other trash going on with the Pride, that you're just stacking up in a line like this. It just makes it way easier on your healer. There's 0 stress. No one ever has to move. You can finish all your casts and your prize will be much smoother.